What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I come to Federal Way, Washington, and I'm gonna check it out, the Federal Way Mall, commonly known as the Commons at Federal Way. It's a shopping center, the largest shopping center in the city of Federal Way, which is about 20 minutes south of Seattle. And we're gonna check out, see what's happening, what stores are open. This is November and it's Saturday, and in November there's not much going on. As you can see, the weather is kind of cold. Not many people want to go and shop around us and spend time outside, but at the same time, this mall, it's a growing shopping mall. So let's check it out and see how things are going inside of this mall. It's going to be a fun video. This used to be an AT&T store, but it's currently vacant. As you enter the mall, you can see this huge arch that are the entrance. It was designed from the very beginning. The mall opened in 1975, and it was inspired by Pacific Northwest surroundings, and they embedded it into the architecture. I remember we used to come to this mall when I was young, and there used to be a Santa Claus here, and we would take pictures. But now this mall looks dead. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're gonna start off with this. This used to be a Macy's store, one of the four major anchors that used to be here. Macy's shut down its store in 2021, unfortunately. As a result, it has not been occupied by any major retailer. And yeah, right now they are, I guess, signed a short-term lease with this Save by the Day liquidation store, but nothing special. Next to the Macy's, both stores are vacant, which is there's another store there, and Style Central. This Style Central used to be Claire's. My daughter, she would come here. Another vacant store, another vacant store. This used to be a church, but it was a short-term rental. This is one of the main anchors right now, Dick's. They recently added, and here There used to be, I'm gonna show it on the other side. This used to be Sears store. It closed. The Sears store closed in 2018. They announced they're gonna close in 2018, and I think they shut down like 2019. Couple years afterwards, it was just sitting vacant, and then Amazon came in. It was happening, I think, right around COVID 2020, and I think they signed the lease, and now the former Sears department store anchor space is occupied by Amazon Fresh. It's a big deal for Federal Way Mall because there's only 49 Amazon Fresh stores in all of the world, in the United States and in United Kingdom. And one of the 49 stores is right here in Federal Way, which I think it's a great deal. This is definitely a great win for the small town of Federal Way. I mean, the Federal Way, it's a small city south of Seattle. It's only 110,000 people. It's a small community south of Seattle. But when the Amazon Fresh comes in, it's definitely a big deal. Here we see some local vendors selling cards and I don't know what it is. This Casa de Moda, this used to be Victoria's Secret store. Another Vacant over there. Another Vacant over there. Another Vacant Champ store. This is a little food court. As you can see, they have a lot of Vacant stores over there. This used to be Sbarro Italian, and it's shut down. There's some pretzel, chili fries, and here much more Vacant shops. This used to be Subway, they shut down, and much more other Vacant places. So anyway, going back to Amazon Fresh, that was a big deal, and I think right after the COVID, there was some hope that Federal Way Mall will be coming back to life. But unfortunately, it's not the case. As you can see, a lot more shops remain vacant, and nothing is happening in Federal Way. Baskin Robbins has been here forever. Two more Vacant places. Another Vacant place. And this is Saturday. This is not good that all of these guys are empty and vacant. This is another major anchor here, Century Theaters. They came in, I want to say somewhere around 2015 or something like that, 2016. I don't know their sales and if they are profitable, but how profitable they are here in Federal Way, that's the question, remains open. If you guys know about Century Theaters, just leave your comments down below the video so that we can know. This is basically, I made a circle. This is several more open spots. Now here, these stores that are closer to the Century Theater, they are occupied, but again, this is just like small mom and pop shops. This is not national retailers, unfortunately. Another vacant shop. They try to decorate these so that they would not look like completely vacant, but no matter what you do, it is still an ugly vacant space. All right, this is Metro by T-Mobile. That's a national retailer. That's good. Famous footwear. Another great retailer. And this is basically the end of the shopping center. We're coming at the very end. They have these 2 out of 4 major anchors. One of them is Kohl and the other one is Target. Both of these retailers are national retailers, so this is definitely a great retailers. Right now we are by Century Theater anchor, and this is basically the second major entrance into the shopping center. So this is vacant, this is vacant, this is vacant. Here they have some kind of a store, which without any name. I think it's a temporarily place. Happy Lemon. This used to be a Mongolian grill, and currently it's vacant. This is the second major entrance to the store, which is absolutely magnificent. These massive pillars. They did a major renovation in 2003. These pillars, they used to be out of wood, but they spent a couple $1 million on renovations. So another great thing about Federal Way Mall is a lot of nearby stores. You have a Panera Bread over there, and then you have Mud Pizza, Azel's. There's a TJ Maxx, but that's a part of another shopping center. It's a very little one. It's not part of Federal Way Mall. And right by the plaza, right on the plaza of Federal Way Mall, there is Mama's Tortini restaurant, and then there is as I mentioned, Panera Bread. Verizon is that's not a restaurant, that's a retailer. And then there is a barbecue place. Then there is also Dick's Burgers and Fries. So this place has a lot of smaller chain restaurants that are not permanently attached to the building but are still enjoying the traffic flow from the Federal Way Mall. This is more on the west side of the mall. We have Burlington and Amazon Fresh. Now, interesting thing about those two stores, they are connected to the Federal Way Mall, but they do not have an entrance from inside the mall. You have to enter the store from outside, from the street. So they are considered part of Federal Way Mall, but the only way to enter is from the street. And Amazon Fresh, as I mentioned earlier, this is a great store. It's a big deal for Federal Way. It's one of the 49 stores. You have everything here. Like you can see, here is a curbside pickup. Once you're inside the store, you can on this side you have returns. So they do all type of Amazon returns. They have a dedicated desk just to process returns. And then Amazon Fresh, of course, it's a full service store. They have groceries, and they have alcohol, they have all type of products, which is basically a competitor to Walmart and Costco. So if you guys haven't seen the video, I have a video on my channel from the day that Amazon Fresh was open. Go check it out and see what's inside of that store. It's a great store. It's the future. And this is the west side of the Federal Way Mall. As you can see, the Amazon Fresh store is facing west, northwest side of the store. And over there you have a pet supply store. That location, that used to be Sears automobile division. You could have replaced your tires there, oil change and things like that. So they converted it, and now it's a pet supply, and another building, another area still for rent. On the corner of the southwest side is a Harbor Stone Credit Union, and very famous Seattle only Dick's Burgers and Fries. You can't find these burgers anywhere in America. It's only in Seattle. They opened the first and only. They used to have their only location back in the 70s in Seattle, and now they opened. Recently, they opened one in Des Moines, and now they opened. Last year, they opened here in Federal Way. So that's a great thing. Here is a Pacific Highway, Pac Highway, and across the street from the mall, there is much more stores and little shopping centers, so to speak. There's a Ross, then there's a Black Bear Diner, Chick-fil-A, by the way. That's an interesting thing. Federal Way is a small community, but in Federal Way they have Chick-fil-A, they have Dick's, they have Panera, they have Olive Garden, they have everything. This is a nice little town. And Dick's Burgers and Fries, they always have a lot of people. And today, lots of people. The line is never ending and lots of cars. The reason why Dick's is so famous is because of the price. They used to be very inexpensive and affordable, and they continue to be so. Let's check it out. So this is basically the review of Federal Way Mall, the Commons Mall. As I was walking through this whole mall, I saw about 50% of the stores unoccupied. So out of 44 retail spaces, 22 are unoccupied. I don't know what to think about the overall condition of Federal Way Mall, guys. As far as I see, this mall used to have 4 major anchors. Right now they have 6. Some anchors that are located here in Federal Way are Amazon Fresh, Burlington Coat Factory, Dick's, and then this is on west side, and on the east side they have Target, Kohl's, and then Century Theaters. 6 major anchors, six big department stores, so 6 major stores, retail spaces, whatever you want to call it. But the problem with Federal Way Mall is that there are so many unoccupied little spaces. You know, those 1,000 square foot, 800 square foot places, they are unoccupied. And it's just getting bigger and bigger. You know, little shops like I told you earlier in the video, like Claire's or other, they cannot go big. They are little stores, but for some reason they're not able to pay the rent here, and as a result they had to leave this shopping center. So I have a mixed feelings about the commons of Federal Way. On one side I see big retailers are here and major anchors are not vacant except Macy's space, which is anchor basically number 7. So major anchors are not vacant, they are occupied. You can see we started with FedEx is here. So major anchors are here, but the problem is the smaller stores. And I think this is the trend that we see here in Federal Way, is that they are transforming the smaller stores and they're combining them and opening one larger store, anchor store, big store. So this is like a conversion into the biggest store, or you die. You either convert into bigger one or you die. You're not gonna survive. Anyway, what do you think, guys, of this little store dilemma? Write down in the comments in the video below, because when I was touring
South Center
Super Mall in Tukwila, and when I was touring Super Mall in Auburn, all of the small retail places were occupied. And in Federal Way, this is like the biggest problem child they have right now, is that a lot of these smaller stores are not occupied, and it looks like it's getting worse and worse. They're not being occupied. It's gonna get harder and harder for them to be occupied. Write down your comments in the section below this video. I'd like to hear, and I'm going to answer every comment that I read. Until the next video, and I have some other shopping centers that I'm going to tour. And as you know, we're going to check out and see. Right now, the economy, the state of economy, we have pretty strong economy so far, but we know, of course, the elections is going to be coming very soon, in a couple of days, as a matter of fact. So do the right thing, vote, make sure you vote. But we'll see what happens after the election, and probably after the election, hopefully, the whole situation will become better. But until that time, until the next video, don't forget to share and subscribe and like this video. Until the next video, Nick Martin. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.